Welcome all. This is Vivek Singhal. I am the co-founder and chief data scientist with Cellstrat, and we run Cellstrat AI Lab, which is our core research group, where we provide training and research and content in different areas of AI and ML. So let me just turn on my video here, and this is me saying hi to you. And I hope everybody is keeping safe and at home. Uh, and Times are really tough, particularly in countries like India and around the world as well. So please be safe, stay home, mask up, and I hope all friends and family are doing well at all of your end. So let me begin here by sharing my screen. So the idea of this session is to introduce our COVID-19 solutions given the times which are really tough out there, and a lot of casualties and rate. COVID-19 is spreading like wildfire, particularly in India right now, and a lot of variants have developed. So we have a health AI platform, and we have our own set of solutions which can assist in this fight. So I'm going to believe free, since all of you all seem to have a technical background. So I think we can get into a little bit tech of it on a high level at least. So let me show you the platform we have built. So just a pitch on our startup Cellstrat. So we are an AI research lab with a lot of courses and research in AI, ML, DL, and advanced areas like vision, NLP, reinforcement learning, etc. We have a very large community of AI enthusiasts. Almost 200 plus AI scientific community, as well as an extended AI community of almost 15,000 members on meetup.com. So we have developed a lot of solutions for health tech AI on our Amazon cloud platform, and which is available in the SaaS model, software as a service. Some of them are shown here. So chest X-ray analyzer, CT scan analyzer for COVID-19 detection, diabetic retinopathy for eye care, and NLP solutions such as text summarization, named entity recognition, disease prediction, search engine, etc. So we use all kinds of Amazon cloud technologies, such as the SageMaker and the DynamoDB S3, EC2, the Lambda Web Services environment, API gateway, etc., and Cognito for user authentication. Our front end is developed using React.js, which is a very popular web development architecture nowadays. So our backend is hosted on Amazon Cloud Services platform, Amazon Web Services, and our front end is hosted on React web server called Netlity. So here we are just showing the workflow. So we have SageMaker and Lambda endpoints. Basically, it's a service-oriented architecture. So we have published certain services on AWS Lambda, which is a messaging bus of Amazon Web Services. And these services are called or invoked by our web clients, which then are able to do all these end-user healthcare applications. So that was a brief about our overall architecture. Let me now present specifically the chest X-ray solution, because our interest is in COVID-19 solution. So we have trained this model on an NIS dataset from 110,000 images provided by National Institute of Health, which is a US body for healthcare. And so these are authentic images. And there was a Kaggle competition. From there, we got that data set. It uses a computer vision or CNN model called ResNet 34. And these are the kind of images we get. And out of that, we had 232 COVID positive images for chest X-ray. and normal image is 60,000, and pneumonia images of almost 1500. So the data set was not balanced. A lot of images were normal. So we had done some kind of engineering in the code to oversample COVID and pneumonia images, so that we'll have a balanced data set. So we have done augmentation as well as oversampling so that we will have more or well balanced COVID or pneumonia images. Because as you know, in artificial intelligence, if you train an unbalanced data set, then it is likely to, if you train an unbalanced data set, it is likely to, give biased results in favor of dominant classes. So you really need to do data engineering before you can do machine learning on it to make sure your data set is balanced. So you can do augmentation or oversampling, which we have done here by random rotation, by brightness transformation, contrast transformation, etc. So I'll just skip this, a lot of technical details here. So we can also do interpretable AI here, which means that because AI has a fundamental limitation, it is called black box modeling, as we know, because of the nature of deep neural networks. It's very hard to correlate or create explanation around how it arrived at its conclusions. So we have an algorithm called GradCam, which is able to explain how the CNN feature maps are being used for image classification, right? So those of you who know advanced deep learning can probably relate to the fact that it is hard to introspect inside a neural network and correlate it to your explanations or your hypothesis which you are showing to the business user. So there are certain specific APIs now or algorithms which allow us to do algorithmic, explanations, and one of them is GradCam for computer images. So here you can see GradCam is able to highlight which areas it introspected in the process of neural network and to identify whether the patient is COVID or pneumonia positive or not. The model was deployed on SageMaker and on Amazon. And we started with Amazon SageMaker, but as of now, we are using the Lambda Web Services interface. So it's a service-oriented architecture, also called web services architecture. So you can also call it client-server model. So the solutions or the APIs are hosted on a server of Amazon Cloud, and the client is our web clients in React.js coding, and they connect to the web services published from Amazon Cloud. So we are using PyTorch code here, right? So I'll skip all this. Okay, let me also parallelly explain the CT scan solution, and then I'll actually go to the demo, which is the main purpose of this webinar. So, by the way, in terms of radiology, both chest X-rays and chest CT scan can be used for, for COVID-19 detection. However, doctors in current times are advising not to use CT a lot because computed tomography or CT scan. This is the machine, in case you would have seen in TV. This is a machine which is used for CT or computed tomography scan. This is a radiation heavy process. So doctors are saying a lot of patients nowadays, out of just desperation, really are doing a lot of CT scans in the radiology labs. But doctors are advising against CT scans unless your doctor has prescribed it, because CT scan is a radiation heavy scan, right? So it has to be avoided unless and a specialized doctor has advised a CT scan process. For that matter, even chest X-rays are radiological or radiation intervention. So you don't want to do too many X-rays, and definitely you want to do minimize the CT scans because it is very radiation heavy and cause other impacts to the body. So expert doctor advice is critical before you go for a X-ray or CT scan. So given that you have a CT scan or you have a X-ray available for the chest portion of the body, then we can detect COVID-19 from it. So this is the CT scan, and it allows us to do a three-dimensional scan. So X-ray images are 2D in nature, whereas CT is a three-dimensional image which it generates. So this is useful for lots of bodily problems which are shown here. But right now our primary interest is the COVID-19 check from the chest. It's called chest CT or chest CT scan. So we have trained a model and deployed it on cloud. So when we say chest scan, really what we are introspecting are the lungs, right? So both the chest X-ray or chest CT scan are essentially checking the lungs, because this COVID is a respiratory pulmonary disease. It is the virus infecting the lung, right? So this is how you can see from a COVID segmentation what can happen. That this is how a CT image looks like, and if you were to do segmentation, so you can see that this is called an image segmentation algorithm in Vision AI. So it is segmenting the lengths, right? And then so we are creating lung masks. So this is the proper lung segmentation, and on top of that we are identifying lesions. So these are the problem areas which have been identified by Vision AI semantic segmentation algorithm. So these are advanced computer vision models. If you, as a developer or AI scientist, if you really want to do this coding, you have to take advanced training in machine learning and deep learning. So again, I will not get into the technical aspects of it, because my objective of this session is to present a usage demonstration of these applications. Okay, so any questions so far? Uh, okay, now let me actually start my application on the cloud, and you will see how we are able to help in COVID-19 fight with our solution. So this is hosted on the cloud, and it's a free login. Anybody from around the world can create a login on ai.cellstrat.com and go ahead and use these solutions which are hosted on the cloud. So these are the applications which we have available. So let me, you can see X-ray analyzer, diabetic retinopathy, CT scan, brain tumor classification from brain MRI scans, skin cancer detection, and then these are the first five are the radiology solutions, and the next five are the NLP or natural language processing solution for medical text, literature summarization, entity detection in textual literature, disease prediction, literature search, and drug safety reporting. This drug safety reporting is something which you would have heard, that are these drugs causing any adverse event. So there was some reports from Europe and US that there was a blood clotting happening because of the AstraZeneca vaccine, and so that is what we call as an adverse event reaction, and that requires a regulatory compliance reporting to the regulator. And in India also we saw that to some extent, but ultimately the European Medical Commission approved the AstraZeneca drug, saying that the proof is not very evident that the drug caused a blood clotting adverse event, and the benefits far outweigh any risks of adverse event reaction. So let me show you the X-ray analyzer now. So some patients have been contacting us recently. So in India, from our friends and family network, and there are a lot of COVID infected people in India now, particularly in cities like Delhi or Bengaluru, Mumbai. So in Delhi, we got some friends and family patients contacting us who are facing a COVID positive result. So we ran this COVID, and which was this X-ray which was provided to us. It shows us 100% COVID, prediction. So this patient is indeed COVID positive, and data is anonymized, so there's no patient personal identifiable information. Let me just minimize it a little bit. Yeah, so you can see here it's showing 100% COVID prediction, so it was immediate result, and 0% chance of pneumonia and 0% normal. So this is a very strongly COVID patient, positive patient. The lungs are severely infected. and we can do a GradCam explainable AI by clicking on this button, and we just maximize the screen. So you can see it is basically analyzing this part. So this assists in what we call as explainable AI or interpretable AI, which allows us to convince our healthcare professionals that the algorithm was able to identify the areas in the image where to analyze, from where it derived its conclusion, right? So you can see it's correlating with the infected area, the heat map. So this was a real patient's X-ray we got, and we were able to show prediction. And indeed, their doctor had already identified it's a COVID positive patient. And this was this image from the same patient. So multiple X-ray images we got from this patient, and all of them indicated a highly COVID infected patient. And I mean, doctor had already identified them. We were just doing a cross check with our tool. Our tool is not certified by any medical regulator in India or abroad, and hence we cannot roll it out for public usage. But a doctor can use it for augmentation. But really, in times of extreme emergency, which are prevalent in India right now, patients are looking for any or all help possible. So, in such a circumstance, this tool can be handy. However, with the strong disclaimer that this is not a approved, medical device or medical solution. This is a solution we developed in our lab, but we do not have medical approval on this solution yet. So technically, a doctor or radiologist must attest to it, what the analysis is done. But in times of desperation, perhaps patient can try it out for suspected COVID or pneumonia disease. So this is from that same patient I described before. So this is actual real patient I'm showing you. And then I had some other experimental images before, and so you can see here that from chest X-rays, it is identifying COVID or pneumonia or normal. So as I was describing in the PPT, this is a computer vision AI using ResNet 34 CNN detector, and it has been trained on 110,000 authentic images from National Institute of Health, United States. That creates yet another complication because the solution is trained on American patient database. Now applying it to other countries patients, we have to take it with a pinch of salt, because as you know from AI models can become overfitted to the training environment you train them on. So can we use it for a patient in India? For when we tried with a lot of patient X-rays in India, it was 90% accuracy we were able to see with the chest X-rays we received in India from different patients. One particular radiology lab in the state of Rajasthan in India actually tested our solution on 100 images, and they also reported 90% accuracy on COVID versus normal detection. So, so this is what it is, and so it seems the tool is working very well, even with Indian chest X-rays, even though the entire model was trained on an American chest X-ray dataset published by the US agency NIH. And here you can see COVID or normal predictions, right? So you can see that. So this one right here is more likely to be normal. So AI is probabilistic modeling, right? So it will only give you a percentage confidence score. In many times, it may not give you a foolproof or 100% confidence score, even though here it shows pretty close to 100%. So we have to assume AI will give us probabilistic modeling, not very precise. So if I do this again, it is showing me the heat map. So the regions of the image which it was introspecting with the CNN neural network, right? So you can see the heat map here, right? So regions of the image it was introspecting. This is called as explainable AI, right? It's trying to point the area where it checked. So this looks like a highly pneumonia situation. So Those of you who are not trained in AI MLDL, so let me tell you that basically in artificial intelligence, it is able to detect features of the data set, whether it be textual data in a database table or Excel data set, Microsoft Excel file, or whether it be image or text input or a speech signal. It is able to detect the features and then able to train a model using supervised learning. So supervised learning means the 110,000 images which we got already had a label on them, whether it's COVID, pneumonia, or normal. So we trained a model which can now predict COVID, pneumonia, or normal for any new chest X-ray image, because it has learned the mapping from the images to the conclusion, the X to the Y, if you will. Any questions so far? So let me actually run this for you. So I'm going to upload a new set of images here. So you start a session and you upload from your hard disk any new images. So I have some set of images here. So trying to get authentic labeled images, I use the Shutterstock, which is a imaging service where there are stock photos or authorized copyrighted photos. So I actually didn't buy those images. I kind of snipped them, so that's not exactly in the gray green zone, but I snipped the images to get authentic images. And so I'm going to upload certain COVID positive images as they were marked in the in the uh, let me also pick up some healthy images. No, just COVID. First, I'll pick up 5 COVID positive images which were marked in Shutterstock stock photo service. I'm uploading them here. So I I click on upload. So it's uploading the images to the cloud server. Right, so it is done, and you will see if I refresh here, I should see. Uh, so images have been uploaded. I can click on make predictions here, and you can see by date timestamp. So today is May 6, 7:57 p.m. India time, and you can also see the predict button has come up now. So I can either click predict here, or I can do make predictions here. So I'm going to do make predictions button. So it is going through the process of predicting now. It has changed the status to in progress. So it is running the pre-trained model now in the Amazon cloud in order to make the predictions. So in AI, as you know, there are kind of 3 or 4 steps. So first you prepare your data before training, then you train the model, and then you test it and you deploy it in production. So once the model is deployed in production, you then use it for business use case, which means you use it for inference. So when I use the trained model in production for end use and end use case, end use, then it's called inference. So right now I'm doing inference because model was already trained and deployed in an Amazon cloud. All I'm doing right now is inference. I'm not training the model. So if I refresh it, let's see. So it says done. So this is the latest slot from today's date, May 6. I click on view results. So you can see the results here, and to identify the images as per the original label, I had labeled them. So you can see that this was a COVID image, and our model is predicting COVID to a confidence score of 97%, right? This was also a COVID image. A model is predicting COVID. This is also COVID image. Model is predicting COVID with the highest. No, this here is predicting pneumonia. So there is an error here in a way you can say. So this was a COVID image as per Shutterstock. See, we are relying whether Shutterstock label is correct or not. As per Shutterstock stock photo service, this was a COVID positive image, but my model shows as pneumonia. But pulmonologist or specialist will tell you pneumonia and COVID are very close diseases, by the way. They both cause infection of the lung. So sometimes it's hard to detect COVID versus pneumonia. The clouding of the lung looks somewhat similar. So here it's a COVID image and it is showing COVID probability as the highest. And here it is showing pretty much 100% COVID probability, right? Or close to 100%. So now I could download the results. So let's say I wanted to share with my team. So I can save as a PDF file and I can just download it. So I downloaded that image, and if I go to download folder, it would have come up now. So the download file has been created here, and it is a PDF file I can share with my healthcare colleagues or whoever wants this report, right? So the link is the file name. These files and the results are stored on our EC2 or Amazon EC2 cloud, Elastic Compute Cloud. So there is persistent storage on our cloud server. So now let me try some healthy images. So these were marked as COVID positive by Shutterstock. And so most of them came out to be COVID positive as per our X-ray analyzer. And now I'm starting a new session and I'm going to try to upload some healthy images now. So again, these came from Shutterstock. So we would hope that that was an accurate label. And no doctor gave me these images. I just snipped them from Shutterstock, which is a renowned or very well-known stock photo service where you can buy copyrighted photos. I didn't buy them. I kind of snipped them. So here I've uploaded these. I'm going to upload these healthy files. The name indicates they are healthy images. So most of them I hope will be predicted as healthy. And I will this time I'll click the predict button here. So prediction job has started, and prediction job has started, and it shows make in progress here. So this is the second lot for today's date, May 6. So let's see if it has finished. So it has finished. So it returns really fast, as you can see, pretty close to real time. And then I can view the results. So my model has an error because as per the marking, these were supposed to be healthy images, but it's marking most of them as COVID. So model is having error. So again, we have to, if we go by Shutterstock label being correct. So this is incorrectly, if the label of the image is correct healthy, then this is wrong analysis actually. Right? Most of them are showing as COVID positive, where I was expecting they should be marked as healthy. So anyway, so we are not sure if the images I have are authentic images. I'll try another set. Let's see if this one does any better. Okay, I don't have any others right now. So anyway, so for the healthy images, I was getting a wrong diagnosis. So we need to check or find authentic images. So all of that was experimental images. But when we tried real patient images from our Indian friends and family who shared images with us, we were able to see almost a 90% accuracy matching. So healthy patients were showing as healthy, and COVID positive patients were showing as COVID. So we tried with couple of friends and family who requested our help in cross-checking their X-ray. So this was within our own friends and family. They shared their X-ray, and so our analysis was matching. In 9 out of 10 cases, our analysis was matching what their radiologist or their physician has told them after inspecting their X-rays. And the same result was provided to us by one radiology lab in India, which is actually in the business of radiology. And they have a chest X-ray machine. So they tried with 100 plus images, and they reported 190% plus accuracy for COVID versus healthy detection. So we think that this model is very accurate. The reason being because it was trained on authentic images, more than 100,000 images, in fact, provided by authentic authority called NIH USA. So the data set was very much authentic. Hence, we believe this tool is fairly accurate. So as you know, in AI, if your data is wrong, your AI model can be grossly wrong. And but here we had a pretty reliable data set. Only thing is it was American patients, but to our pleasant surprise, it's predicting for Indian chest X-rays also quite well. So now let's try our CT scan solution. And here I have done some previous CT upload, and you can see here. So it is marking COVID or normal. I can do segmentation on it. So this is doing what we call a semantic segmentation, a slightly different kind of heat map than the GradCam which we saw in chest X-ray. So this also is giving us more than 80 to 90% accuracy, at least in the lab. We have not tried any COVID, any CT from real patients, all the patients, because in India generally it's if you go for a CT scan for chest lung CT scan, you don't get the digital copy of it. For chest X-ray, the radiology will hand you a physical copy and maybe a digital copy by email or hard drive. But generally in India, you don't get a CT copy. CT labs don't give you a digital copy of the CT scan, but chest X-ray, you normally get the hard copy of the chest X-ray as well as the soft copy of it you get normally. And so we didn't get any chest CT copy. So these are experimental images from Shutterstock and online. And so you can see here also from CT also we are doing prediction of COVID positive or normal. We don't have pneumonia category here. This data set where we trained it, it did not have the pneumonia category, right? So you can see it is doing COVID versus normal detection. So again, let me just go ahead and actually try this. So I'm going to upload certain start a session here for CT and upload images here. So these are all again Shutterstock images. So we don't know if they are authentic when they say see COVID or normal. So one would hope so, but we can't be sure because these are not provided by any real lab or doctor. So now I'm going to upload these files. These are taken from an online image source. So it's uploading the images. So upload is done. And now the predict button has become enabled. And this is the third lot coming today. So first lot for CT coming today. I'll make predictions. So it is still in progress. Right, so we'll wait for it to come back. So this time I had uploaded quite many images. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have people in your circles who have a chest X-ray available, the soft copy of it, or even a hard copy, you can take a photo of it and try out this tool. We cannot certify as a medical because it's not approved by medical board. But if you want to do a check, you can try that. In India, the situation is so grim that people are grasping onto any kind of help they can get. Okay, the results are done. So let's see the results. So again, you can see as per Shutterstock, it was COVID image, so it's marking COVID. But as I said, I cannot tell you for sure the Shutterstock images have the correct label. If you take from images from Google search, God only knows what they say is correct or not, right? So to really check it, you need to get it from a doctor or radiology lab and then cross check what doctor has said. So this is a normal, but it's marked as COVID. Normal, but again COVID. COVID is being marked as normal. So we can't say for sure, even we don't know if it is correctly marking it is correct or not, because these are online images I took. So, so the best way to check this would be if some doctor gives certain image and doctor says is COVID positive or not, and then we check that. So with real patients, it's performing remarkably well. With online images, sometimes it tends to give wrong results, but anyway, we can't authenticate whether the online images are correctly labeled or not. Okay. Yeah, Vishal, I didn't really understand the point you made in the chat. Feel free to elaborate.
So my take is that in most cases in pneumonia or high COVID case as shown by the tool, or even in hospitals, medication given to these patients is almost the same. So once the tool shows normal, then we can say it is normal. But even if it is COVID or high pneumonia, then also medication will be same in both the cases.
So Vishal is my colleague and co-founder. He was the one who tried some friends and family images, and he reported that most of the predictions were done correctly by this tool. For chest X-ray particularly, not so much for CT. CT, we didn't get the images from real patients. So yeah, so that Vishal was trying to make a point that COVID and pneumonia receive similar treatment, behavior. So the treatment is very similar because the kind of lung infection is very similar. So the similar medicines or other procedures are done for treating pneumonia and COVID. So anyway, so these are the tool, and again a disclaimer: we are not certified by any regulator, but field testing indicates by CellStrat team indicates that our X-ray analyzer is at least 80% accurate for real images. And I'll meanwhile show you another solution here, which is diabetic retinopathy solution. And this is a disease which happens when patients have diabetes, the disease associated with uh, uh, insulin imbalance in the blood, which is caused by sugar, and either low sugar or high sugar. And so this diabetes is such a ferocious disease that it can also damage the retina of the eye, leading to full or partial blindness or retinal hemorrhage. So what diabetes does to the eye is it creates these blood vessel ruptures on the retina of the eye, and then there's a danger of eyesight loss. So a diabetic patient is always referred to a eye surgeon or ophthalmologist also for checking diabetes impact on retina using the eye scan, using a camera called the fundus camera, which eye surgeons use. And so here we have certain fundus scans from that eye scan, and we are predicting proliferative diabetic retinopathy, also called PDR. And so these images were taken from the internet, and so I had marked them as diabetic retinopathy when the internet told me it's diabetic retinopathy. So those are coming matching, but again we can't be sure if, because these were not real patient images, these were taken from internet. We can't say if it is showing correctly or whatever is showing correctly or incorrectly, we cannot authenticate because these are online images, not real patient images. So anyway, this is the tool, and there are lots of other applications you're welcome to try, like brain cancer detection with brain tumors, And here we are able to identify three kinds of brain tumors: meningioma, glioma, and glioma, and pituitary tumor in the brain MRI. So MRI is another kind of scan. It's called magnetic resonance imaging, and it's done in a radiology lab again. And then we have skin cancer classifier here for detecting almost, I would say, 7 kinds of skin cancer based on a dermatological scan. So we have not tested with any real images authenticated by doctors, except X-ray analyzer we have tested. And as I said, it's giving us 9 out of 10 correct predictions when we get real images from doctors or patients. But other solutions we have not tested with real images. So now we go into NLP. I'll quickly show you NLP because, when this vaccine research was being done, so pharmacists around the world got busy in figuring out the vaccine discovery, right? So the problem in vaccine research, pharmaceutical research, is there are hundreds of millions, or maybe at least tens of millions of pharmaceutical documents which are manually scanned by probably tens of thousands of pharmacists around the world looking for correlation or molecular solutions to create vaccines. And it's very manual grunt work. There are a lot of errors happen in the literature research in pharmaceutical discoveries. So now we have natural language processing where we can help the pharmacists and literature review folks in pharma industry to accelerate their research for pharma research and vaccine research. So here I am taking a long form text and summarizing into a short form text. So this is called text summarization solution, which is one kind of natural language processing application. So this can help summarize, create summarized reporting and whatnot. Another one is named entity recognition. So here we are able to identify, let's say in medical literature or pharma literature, names of diseases, right? So here we are identifying names of diseases automatically using a NLP solution. This is called named entity recognition, or NER for short. So this can also be very useful for literature research. From a given a text, we can do a disease prediction. So this is an input text which has been fed here, and based on this input text, it does semantic understanding of this text based on a trained model, and it is predicting 5 top diseases which are probably referenced by this paragraph or text. So the top probability is for bacterial infections and mycosis. Second highest probability is for endocrine system. So the point is that these are potentially the five diseases which this text likely refers to. So it has learned the pattern or semantic understanding, not just rules based. Based on an NLP training, it has learned the patterns or the meanings of various sentences and is trying to correlate to potential disease. So whether it be medical literature or pharma literature, this can be useful for disease prediction based on textual description. Right, and then we have a kind of a Google search engine here. So given a text corpus, there was I fed this text here, and from a text corpus I am trying to pinpoint that this text may most likely be correlated or referenced by this online source. So this is kind of search engine like Google search, where you are trying to find related articles. So here it is pinpointing that this text has something to do with this article. So we are finding a similar kind of articles which might have relevance or bearing on the input text shown above. So I can then click on that and simply go to that portal, right? So this was the article which was pinpointed by that text search engine. O'Reilly, it is a O'Reilly article. So this works like a text search engine, if you will. So it shows me top 5 matches. Gives me the links also where the text may have a correlation or reference. And the source, the search query or the text was this one. So this is also an advanced NLP solution. It's not just rules based, it's understand this text, tries to find correlated, semantically correlated text in online links. And then we have also developed a drugs adverse event reporting solution. So this can be used from given a large set of textual literature, a medical literature, we can we can generate adverse event reports which are required to be submitted to the regulatory body. So this is still sort of under works, it's not complete yet. So I have now demonstrated all the health AI solutions which we have deployed on the cloud. Any questions? So pretty quiet audience today. So no questions at all, I suppose. Any comments or questions by anybody? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that presentation and we have recorded it, so I can provide you the recording offline. And with that, I come to the end of this presentation. Have a very good day or good night based on your time zone. And kindly do take very good care of your near ones and yourself. See you later.